Welcome to the Reese Report. I am Andrew Reese, and I'm joined today by Jose Gomes and Gil Santos as we make our Week 3 picks in the National Football League. Just to give people an update, Gil Santos holds a 1-game lead over Jose Gomes and a 3-game lead over myself. Gil is at 19-13, Jose at 18-14, and I am at 16-16 to start the year. As I said before, just because there's no spread doesn't mean it's easy. There's always upsets. Last week, for pool players, we had 32 winners that shared $16,870. So a lot more favorites came in this time. I believe there were 6 upsets this time around. So how are you guys doing today? Gil, Jose?
Fantastic.
You guys all right? Gil, you feel better about your team now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, a little bit. We'll get to that though. We'll talk about them when we get to the game of the week, as you can tell by our hats. But we start on Thursday Night Football. The Carolina Panthers, maybe the most improved team in the league so far, go to Houston to play the Houston Texans, who have also been pretty surprising offensively, that's for sure. Who do we have in this game? I'm going to start with Jose.
I like Carolina in this game. I think it's one of those tricky games because you don't know how the Houston quarterback's going to play. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
And
Tyrod Taylor's out.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor's out. They've been playing well. They played last weekend against the Browns, a good game again until the end, and then Baker Mayfield took over the game. Mm-hmm. But I think I like Carolina in this one. Carolina's offense is playing very well. Their defense is very, very solid, and I like Carolina in this one.
Gil.
I'm taking Carolina. No Tyrod, no quarterback. I'm not going to waste my breath on it.
Yep.
Simple Carolina. I don't even have to explain myself.
Exactly. I got Carolina. Sam Darnold has surprised me in the first 2 weeks, but that's it. Now we go to Sunday, the beginning of the pools, and we go to Indianapolis, the dumpster fire, as I like to call them, at the Tennessee Titans, who had a massive comeback rebound win at Seattle in overtime. Gil, I'll start with you. Who do you have here?
Tennessee. They played well last week. They showed a comeback against Seattle, and I've been saying this since the preseason that we told our preview that Indy doesn't know what's happening. They're a mess until they don't figure out their thing. I'm not taking Indy to win any games. So Tennessee.
Jose.
I like Tennessee as well. They played well against Seattle last week. Indy's without, I don't know who's going to cut it. The quarterback's going to start. If it's Wentz, I think he's still injured. I'm surprised he didn't break his ankle with Donald on top of him. I just think too many weapons in the Tennessee side, and they played the second half. They played the good defensively against Seattle, so I go with Tennessee as well.
I also have the Titans in this one. They showed me a lot against Seattle in the second half. I know what to expect from Tennessee. I expect a shootout every game because they can't defend, but I don't know what to expect from Indianapolis from week to week. With or without Carson Wentz, I got Tennessee, and Carson Wentz has 2 sprained ankles. So we could see some guy named Eason, and Gil, you know how we feel about quarterbacks where we can't say their names. It's not going to be good. So I got Tennessee. To the ugliest game of the week, the Atlanta Falcons go to play Gil's favorite team, the G-Men. This is a game that you wish you didn't have to take, but we have to. By default, and I do mean by default, because both these quarterbacks and defenses are awful, I'm taking the Giants by default because they're at home. I have no reason to take them other than that. Jose, who do you got?
I like Atlanta in this one. Like you said, they're both horrible teams, but if you have to pick a team, I think Atlanta has more offensive weapons than the Giants do. I don't know if Saquon Barkley is going to play. He's questionable too. So I like Atlanta in this one.
Gil.
Coin toss. Actually, yeah, you're right. This is actually had 2 tricky games to pick. But I'm going to take Atlanta. I just think maybe Matt Ryan going downfield might create more stuff than Jones, but so Atlanta. It was hard to pick though, but I'm going to take Atlanta.
Yeah, two disaster teams with turnover prone quarterbacks. I mean, it's as ugly as it gets. To one of the three or four games of the week. The Los Angeles Chargers and Justin Herbert go to Kansas City to play Patrick Mahomes and the crew. Always, every year, a tough game. Gil, who do you got here?
It's tougher than I thought, but I'm going to take KC, especially after losing to that Baltimore game. I think they're sour about that. I think they're at home. They're coming. They're gunning. Mahomes is going to go back on all trains. I take KC.
Jose.
I like KC as well, but it's going to be a very close game, and I think it's going to come down to the last possession. And but I like KC in this one to regroup from the loss against Baltimore. Late Chargers looked shaky last game against the Cowboys. A couple of turnovers in the red zone that caused them the game. And I think against a team like KC, you can't be making mistakes at Arrowhead, especially at home. So I like KC in this one too.
Same thing. Game will be close as it always is between these two teams. The Chargers make too many mistakes and find too many ways to lose games. I thought about taking them for the upset, but I've got Kansas City because the Chargers always find a way to lose these games. Cincinnati, who basically gave a game to the Bears last week at Pittsburgh, who couldn't have looked much worse playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Jose, you can start this one off.
It's this game is too depending on Roethlisberger and TJ Watt if they're available. It's one of these. It's a divisional game. Bengals offensively, they're an iffy team. Defensively, this also. So I'm taking the home team in this, and I'll take Pittsburgh.
Gil.
I'm also going to take Pittsburgh. They're at home. Since he's also up and down, so is Pittsburgh this year. But I'm going to go with Pittsburgh's defense. I think they can stop them, and Pittsburgh will take it.
Yeah, both offenses are very average. There's going to be some turnovers in this game. Ben Roethlisberger is an old 39. He can't get the ball down the field, which is why they lost to Vegas last week. But I'll take Pittsburgh at home because they rarely lose to Cincinnati at home. I can't trust the Bengals on the road to beat anybody. And when you can't beat Andy Dalton, you're probably not going to beat Pittsburgh at home. Plus, I don't think they lose 2 in a row at home, Pittsburgh. To a very interesting game now that we know who's starting this game. The Chicago Bears, led by Justin Fields, go to Cleveland to take on Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Gil, who do you got in this one?
I just think I'm going to take Cleveland. I'm going to take Cleveland. They're at home. I think Baker's got the Bears on this one. Justin Fields is going to come in. I like him. Yeah, I think he's the guy Chicago should go with. But this one, I think Cleveland, Chubbs, Hunt, Baker. I just think they have more offense power than Chicago does. But I'm glad Chicago is going back to Fields. A smart decision. We'll see what happens. But I think I'm going Cleveland.
Jose.
This one was a hard one to pick. I like the Bears, especially defense, playing against the Browns. But you can't go against the Browns playing at home. And Odell Beckham's probably going to come back. So that's another weapon for Baker Mayfield. The running game is solid. So I like Cleveland as well in this one.
I also thought about taking the Bears in this game, but I think Justin Fields will need one game to get himself going. He came in last week. He looked okay, but threw a pick. So I think he needs a game. That Browns defense is really good. So I think he could have a tough time in this first game. I'll take the Browns and Baker to win this one. The Baltimore Ravens, who made an epic comeback. Lamar Jackson was unbelievable in that game after throwing 2 picks early on to Tyrann Mathieu. They go to Detroit to play the Lions, who haven't looked too bad. They gave our 49ers a battle. They gave Gil's Packers a battle for a half. Who do you guys got in this one? Let's start with Gil.
I have Baltimore, especially after what I saw last week. I think Lamar just fired up. The coach fired up. Coach asked him, made him make this decision. You got this. Trusted him. Showed trust in him. He said, I got this no matter what I need to do. And he got it. And against that KC team, he did it. Watch out. But Detroit's making a fun season, though. They're not just lying down either.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing. They just can't keep up. Even defensively, they just break down. Rodgers was throwing downfield on them too after the second half. They didn't even score points.
No,
on
zero.
On a bad Packer defense.
Yeah.
So they need some work.
Yeah, Goff's always going to make that turnover. That's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jose, what do you got?
I like Baltimore as well. They showed that they can score against the KC, and I think against the Detroit defense, they'll run up the score. But the Detroit will keep it close, maybe for a half or whatever. But I think Baltimore will win the game.
I thought about an upset here because this is a classic game where you have an emotional big win against a big team, and then you played like basically the opposite, and you fall asleep, and there could be an upset. But having said that, I will take Baltimore. I just believe that Jared Goff will always come up with a turnover that kills his team, and therefore Baltimore wins. But I think it'll be closer than people think, just because of that letdown factor. But I got Baltimore. Interesting game here. New Orleans. I apologize to Gil and Jose for looking like a complete dumbass because I trusted Jameis Winston. I should have known better.
I took New Orleans as well too.
Yeah, stupid. I should have known Jameis Winston. The guy can't last 2 games without turning the ball over. 2 picks and a fumble, and they get blown. That's just ridiculous.
It wasn't just on him too. The defense played horrible.
Kamara didn't play well. Yeah, it was a bad game.
It wasn't just all on him.
They played as bad as the Packers did the prior week. They go to New England to play a team that somehow Gil, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he just had like some with Zach Wilson stuff going through his head. But boy, oh boy, did they get pumped. I tell you, Belichick with rookie quarterbacks, he's got to be undefeated in that situation. 4 picks for Wilson, beat down. But this game will be different. Jose, who do you got in this one?
I like New England in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the defensive mind Belichick will have the system. I think there's a lot of injuries on the New Orleans defensive ends and the defensive backs, cornerback, especially Lattimore is a big piece in that defense. He's been injured, so I don't know if he's going to play. But I like the running game that New England has going on, and the little short passes by Mac Jones. So I like New England at home in this one.
Yo.
I like New England as well. To me, New Orleans is a home team. Kamar, all his games that are great are all at home.
Yeah.
It's outside, it's outdoor, it's not in a dome. Usually doesn't do that great on outdoor fields.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, all year, New Orleans is a home team. So they're away like New England, but Belichick should be able to stop that.
Yeah. I've got New England as well. I expect another 2 turnovers from Winston. I haven't been overly impressed by Mac Jones, but he's a lot of short passes. But as long as he doesn't make a mistake and they're able to run the ball, I think they win this game. So I got the Pats. In what I believe will be a clean sweep, Arizona at Jacksonville. Any question of who we're taking here? I got the Cards.
I got the Cards.
I got the Cards as well.
Yeah. Kyler Murray should have a field day on Jacksonville. Gil, I believe you and Jose are big college football guys. Is Urban Meyer a good coach?
College football is different from the NFL.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you think he can be a good pro football coach?
No.
I say average.
Average. Okay.
No, if Nick Saban couldn't do it, then he's not going to do it either.
Well, Saban didn't get Drew Brees like he wanted to. So
yeah, but this guy got Lawrence, and Lawrence, I think Lawrence is overhyped.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a lot of talent on that team, but we'll see what happens. But interesting. In another game that I believe will be a clean sweep, Mr. Heineke, if I've said your name right, Washington goes to Buffalo to play a very average Josh Allen to start the year and the Buffalo Bills. But I'm pretty sure we are all going to have Buffalo here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I believe Buffalo.
Yeah.
Me too. I like Buffalo in this game.
Yeah, got the Bills. Josh Allen, though, you got to play better.
He got rolling last week, though. He started off with Miami, but he started rolling last week.
Boy, did he make me? That team made me look stupid. I'll tell you that much. They knocked out Tua and just beat down shutout. So cost me a game there. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Another clean sweep game, I would assume, I feel so bad for this kid, Zach Wilson, and this Jets team that has like no talent. They go to Denver to play a great defense and Teddy Bridgewater in what might be the biggest blowout of the week. I got Denver. Who do you guys got?
I like Denver as well.
So do I.
Okay. These are the easy ones, guys. We're not going to talk too much about these. The Miami Dolphins, again, Gil, we're in the I've never heard of, I can't say this guy's name. I don't know who's starting for Miami.
What do you mean? Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Brissett. I forgot it's Brissett. Yeah. Tony Barbosa doesn't like him, so I'll just keep what I was saying about that. I can't say his name. Barbosa doesn't want to hear Brissett's name. Okay. Brissett, who's a competent quarterback, is going to go to Vegas to play the very surprising David Carr-led Vegas Raiders. I got Vegas. Gil, who do you got?
I got Vegas as well.
Mm-hmm. Jose.
I'm gonna go against you guys. I like Vegas, but I think Miami. This is a trap game, and I think Miami with Brissett getting snaps all week. I think they have the defense to stop that long ball from the Raiders, and I like Miami in this
one. Gil, is David Carr's run fluky or for real?
I see there's a bit of fire in him this year. And one thing that the Raiders never had was a good start.
Yeah.
They've always were a team that, we're going to make the playoffs. I think this 2-0 start just gives them a different perspective for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They in their minds, they think they're elite. So I think, they did beat a good Baltimore team as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like they're in the running. So, and I think the way they've been playing and Miami coming into town with the backup quarterback,
mm-hmm.
Nothing against Brissett. Miami looked horrible against Buffalo.
Oh my God, yeah.
So unless, like Jose said, unless they did some miracle snap during the week, I don't see them even having a chance.
Yeah. Gruden and his GM are on the hot seat. They gotta make the playoffs this year. So I think they're playing like it. To a very tough game, and we're gonna get to the tough games, people, because they're coming. We have Seattle, the Seabags, who disappointed last week at home, playing the equally disappointing Minnesota Vikings, who once again missed a field goal to lose a game that they should have won. A tough one here. Jose, who do you got?
I like Minnesota in this one. I think they, as you can see last week, they can't stop the run, the Seabags, and Dalvin Cook, I think, is going to have a field day. And then if Kirk Cousins just can keep away from the interception and play well like last week, I think they'll beat the Seabags. So I have Minnesota on this one.
Gil.
I hate both of these teams.
Yes, I know.
So to pick one is horrible.
I know.
But I'm going to give the edge to Seattle, and only because of exactly what Jose said. The only way Minnesota wins this game is if they give it to Dalvin Cook every pass, because Kirk Cousins is horrible.
Oh, my God.
I take Seattle.
I got the Seabags as well for exactly what Gil just said. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. And despite the fact that they had Dalvin Cook, they pass the ball more than they run it, which makes no sense at all. So I believe they'll find a way either through the field goal kick or through Cousins throwing a pick in the red zone for Seattle to win this game. So I got Seattle. To the game of the week. Well, in most people's eyes, we'll get to the game of the week after this. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my Super Bowl pick, and Tom Brady, who leads the NFL with 9 touchdowns, is age 44. I don't even know what else to say about him. At the Matthew Stafford-led LA Rams. Big game, especially if you're a 49ers fan. Gil, who do you got in the game of the week?
Tough game, big game. It's going to be an enjoyable game to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I'm going to take the LA Rams. And only because I feel that this is their statement game because there's a lot of big questions on the Rams that this is the team, this is the year they would go to the Super Bowl. A lot of people are saying, no way, you're crazy. They're still not there yet. So I think this is the game they circled on their calendar to say, guys, we're going to win this game and we're here to make a run. So I'm going to say Rams at home. They stun the Bucks.
Jose.
I also like the Rams at home. I think Brady has been putting up a lot of good numbers, but I think it's against some weak teams. I don't think Atlanta Falcons and whoever they played for week 1, 2 are the great of a defensive team. And Dallas, there you go. So I think this is their first real competition on the offensive end against a good defense. And I just think that Donald's going to go crazy. I don't think they have good pass protection, and Brady's a pocket passer, so they're going to get to him fast. So maybe I think Antonio Brown was on COVID too, so that's a big loss for them in the wide receiver court. So I think Jalen Ramsey is a solid cornerback. I think he can shut down any of those good wide receivers. So I like LA Rams in this one.
I am also taking the Rams, and I'm taking the Rams because of not because of what you guys said. I'm taking them because Tampa Bay's defense has struggled the first 2 weeks. They allowed Dallas and Atlanta to go up and down the field and keep the games close. That game against Atlanta was 28-25 at one point until Matt Ryan did his usual thing and threw 2 pick sixes. But I believe the Tampa defense has struggled. It struggled last year early in the year and didn't get good until week 13. Tom Brady's protection will be fine. He'll get sacked by Donald probably, but he'll be in the game. But I think the Rams win because of the defense of struggles of Tampa Bay. I hope Matthew Stafford doesn't screw it up. That's the only question. But typically these kind of games are the games that Tom Brady loses in the regular season and then comes back and wins in the playoffs, i.e. New Orleans last year as being a perfect example. So I got the Rams. To our game of the week, as you can tell, guys, see our hats here. All right, Green Bay goes. Green Bay. Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers. He won the MVP last week. I mean, he's back. He feels great. He's gotten over his doldrums and it's relaxed time. He goes to the team, and I don't know why he's so happy because he's going to a place where he never wins. He's going to San Francisco where nightmares happen for this guy. He's still seeing ghosts from 2 years ago, but he says he's back, and he got rid of all the trolls and all the media that's talking about him. So we're going to find out this week as he goes to San Fran. So we're going to ask the guy with the Green Bay hat first who he's got in this one.
Well, this one was very tough to pick, but I think there has to be a stop to your winning. And I think if there is, it's now, because Rodgers just said it was one game. Usually when he does a quote to the media, he goes off on a crazy winning streak. Second of all, I'm very excited that your running backs are out.
Yes, no Mostert.
What made it difficult for me to pick is you guys, our defense is very weak. It's horrible. I don't even know why he's even on. It's like we're playing with a guy less when that guy's on.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith is injured. There's no one to tackle. There's no one to rush the quarterback. We might play zone all game. And that's going to force Jimmy G to throw, which he's not.
Right.
He's not that great because we're just going to play zone. You guys don't really have a running back. I don't know. I'm going to take Rodgers on this one. I just, it was tough. It's tough. I'm going to go with Green Bay.
Jose.
That's not even a question. You already know who I'm taking. I took him last week against you guys. Both pick Philly. I'm taking the Niners again this week. That's plain and simple. I think Jimmy G can throw the ball. Maybe not as good as Rodgers or Brady's or whatever, but he can throw the ball. He's been playing well this year. He's playing safe. He's not throwing the balls down the field like wildly or whatever. So And if they want to play zone, that's fine. We can dump it down to George Kittle. He can have a field day with short passes. Or Deebo Samuel can run after the yards after catch and stuff like that. So I don't. And as for running backs, we have Mitchell. He's going to play. He's been our starting quarterback or running back this year. So I don't see no problems. And I see Nick Bosa having a field day against that left tackle, which the left tackle is not.
Bakhtiari's out, right?
Yeah, so I think him and D Ford are going to be all over Aaron Rodgers and attacking him, especially on the third down and stuff like that. So
and that's why I'm taking the 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers because defensively, even though they've had a sort of an up and down year to start the year, when Aaron Rodgers, for some reason, when he goes to California, like he becomes like, I don't know, like he becomes like Finley or some guy that's backing up the Packers. Like he just doesn't play like the same quarterback when he goes to California. I don't know what it is about California. He goes to San Diego, he gets killed there. He goes to Chargers, he gets killed there. He goes to San Francisco, he gets killed there. He just doesn't like playing in California. And so he goes there, and I think that San Fran's going to come after him. They're going to need Aaron Jones if they're going to win this game. And if they don't get a good running game, I think San Fran wins it. Despite the fact that I have my reservations about Jimmy G, I think San Fran's defense wins this game more than anything else. So I'll take San Fran.
Well, the other thing is that if you guys are going to bring the pressure, if the Packers are smart, they don't even run the ball with Jones. They do screen passes.
Yep.
Get the front floor close to Rodgers and flick it to Jones on the side. That's the only way they can.
Yeah. I think they're going to blitz all day, Gil. They're going to blitz like crazy.
That's why Rodgers is going to have to get that ball quick, and I think he uses Aaron Jones.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. But like Gil said, it was a tough pick. No matter which way you go, it's a tough pick, that game. And to the Monday Nighter, which is also an interesting game, as Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, who disappointed last week, in my opinion. They probably should have done better in that game last week. They go to Dallas to play Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Jose, who do you got in this one?
I like the Cowboys in this one. I think they're gonna come home, first game home at the A&T Stadium. I think they came off a good win against the Charger, a good Charger team. Their defense is looking a little bit better. They played well against Herbert, picked them off a couple of times in the red zone. I think that Graham guy, the defensive end of that guy towards Achilles, is going to be a big loss for the Eagles defense. Jalen Hurts he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's can put up as many points as the Cowboys will. Mm-hmm. So I like Dallas in this one.
I think I know who Gil's taking here, but I could be wrong. Go ahead, Gil.
Well, I took them to win the division.
So I knew it. Yep.
For them to win the division, they have to win these games.
That's right.
And, the Cowboys have that offense, but I think Lamb's out. Amari Cooper is questionable. Mm-hmm. And if that happens, Cooper is going to be horrible for Prescott. Mm-hmm. Plus, these are the type of games where I've watched Monday Night Football, and the Eagles always go into Dallas and they kick them in the mouth. Mm-hmm. So I don't see nothing different than this. I just don't think Dallas's defense is not great. Mm-hmm. Every game for Prescott has to be a shootout right to the end. Every game is the same thing. It doesn't even matter who he plays. He could play the Jets a shootout to the end because that's how bad it is. But I'm going to take Philly.
This is a tough game for me. I went with the Cowboys because they're in their home opener, but I have a lot of concerns about that team defensively. And Ezekiel Elliott looks done to me. He looks done. Pollard is outrunning him, is outgaining him every game. They're basically splitting carries. So that's a big concern if you're the Cowboys, especially if your running backs are out and you're looking to run the ball more. And I don't think Dak Prescott can win games throwing 50 times. So I am very concerned about the Eagles upsetting in this game. But I did take Dallas because it's their home opener. But these last 4 games are tough. They might decide who wins this week. So that's our show, guys. That's our picks for the week. Gil holds a 1-game lead. He's had a good start. But as I said, it can flip just like that. We have a few upset picks this week. And as usual, there's always upsets, and the NFL is crazy. There's no such thing as a lock. Even Detroit and Houston have looked good in games this year. Teams we thought wouldn't win a game. Now it looks like Jacksonville might not win a game. I mean, we'll have to see about that because That could be they could be calling Tim Tebow pretty soon. I'm only kidding. We're done with Tim Tebow. So that's our show for this week, guys. Any last thoughts on this week coming up?
Just a lot of good games, man. Especially especially the Rams and the Tampa Bay. That can be a preview of the NFC Championship game. It's gonna be a good game.
I know this. We'll be talking to each other during that Sunday nighter. That's for sure.
Of course,
it's gonna be fun. No ignoring your phone that night. Okay, guys. All right. So that's our show, guys. That's our week 3 picks. We'll give you our picks at the end of the show. For Andrew Reese, the Mouth of the North, for Gilbert Iron Man Santos, and Jozaga Gomes over there, Jozaga Gomes. We will see you next week on the Reese Report for week 4. Thank you for joining us.